Welcome, welcome, my beautiful Facebook family and YouTube family. I'm Viada, your host for Soul Purpose Healing. I am just so excited tonight because I'm back home for one after an assignment I had to help a friend get well. And I'm so grateful to tell you that he is super well, 80% better. No hospice for him, as the doctors predicted. And I'm learning to be a Reiki master. So, tonight, along with being a Reiki master, there are some amazing plants out there that are in a battle, like hemp, for instance. I was so shocked to hear a friend of mine was in Springfield, Illinois, in the battle for hemp, CBD, marijuana, whatever. This plant has some powerful, powerful attributes to it. So we're going to talk about that tonight. And hopefully, my guest will join me tonight. That I invite. He's the expert on the political scene, and this, and I don't know, maybe the spiritual scene too. But we're going to talk about both because everything we do on this planet is third dimensional activity. But 80% or more of our reality is actually spiritual or invisible. So, first and always, even if Blog Talk goes away, which it's going at the end of the month, no more Blog Talk. They're not working today. Their website is under construction. So, it's a good farewell to Blog Talk Radio this month. It's been amazing for 11 years serving me and the community that's joined me. So, I want to say, a thank you, or I want to say greetings to our global family. Even though we are not on Blog Talk Radio tonight, I do love this greeting that sends out lots of love, love, love to all you beautiful souls, wherever you are. It's morning in the East, it's evening in the West. Wherever you are, global family, this is for you.
Blog Talk Radio. Women have the power to transform this world. We can end crime and violence if we all agree to do one thing: share. Let's share our wisdom, share our time, share our talents, share our finances, but most of all, let's share our love. This is the Female Solution. Join me, Naima Latif, every morning, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, as we bring you stimulating discussions about the issues affecting our lives. If you're listening online at www.blogtalkradio.com/the-female-solution, press the blue button that says follow and get our daily topics every morning directly to your email and your smartphone. Hi, I'm Naima Latif, Executive Producer of the Female Solution Radio Show. We invite you to call in 515-605-9325 and participate in this daily think tank as we examine the challenges we face and develop solutions that restore peace and harmony. We are global transformers, changing the world from the way it is to the way it should be. We are one. Wherever we live on this earth, we are one human family. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to extend a greeting to all the members of our family, whenever and wherever you may be listening around the world. To our family in China, Ni Hao. In India, Namaste. In Japan, Konnichiwa. In Korea, Annyeonghaseyo. In Russia, Zdravstuyte. In Germany, Guten Tag. In Poland, Dzień dobry. In France, Bonjour. In Spain, Hola. In Italy, Ciao. In Egypt, Ahlan wa sahlan. In Ghana, Akwaba. In Nigeria, Peleo. In South Africa, Sawubona. In Senegal, Nangadef. In Kenya, Jambo. In Israel, Shalom. In Pakistan, Afghanistan, Palestine, and Saudi Arabia, Assalamu alaikum. Greetings, and may peace be upon you all. Join us live on the on-air radio network. Call 727-731-4600 5192. We want to talk to you.
All righty. That's for the past 9 years with the female solution. January is a number for change. January 9/25. Here we go, 9 giving birth, and 5 things coming in. The Wi-Fi also now is patient. So as usual, we are back in the YouTube studio. So let's send out lots of good vibes, good vibes. So let's drum in our ancestors, because it looks like we need some extra help tonight to get the Wi-Fi, keep it moving, because our topic tonight is very important. There are some very spiritual elements to hemp, marijuana, CBD. We're going to talk about that tonight. My guest join me, but if not, I've got plenty of videos to share with you to educate, entertain, and inform us about what's going on in the political scene with this beautiful plant. And more importantly, spiritually, what's going on? Why is there such a battle for hemp and marijuana and CBD and all that? So let's ask us to come in and give us some help as we drum in with my favorite Christian, one of my favorite Christian artists, Becca Shea. And I'm going to be playing this. I don't own the rights to this music, but I got permission to play it. And so we're going to play it for entertainment and for our inspiration and calling in the ancestors.
And let's run some people from every tribe and language, people, every nation. Where warriors are falling, there's a resurrection coming. It's your time to rise and shine. Wake up, you sleeping giant. Those of injustice are being healed by the peace of Yahweh. He's bringing us power through unity. Where warriors are falling, there's a resurrection coming. Tribals come alive. Yeah, wake up, you sleeping giant. Your heartbeat, I feel it. Yeah, I feel your heartbeat. I feel it. Yeah, I feel your heartbeat. I feel it. I feel your heartbeat. I feel it. I feel it. Yeah, I feel it. Yes, you bring us together. Bring us together. We cry. Yes, you bring us together. Bring us together. Together we cry. Yes, you bring us together. Bring us together. We cry out for your heartbeat, oh, your heartbeat. This is the hour to know whose side to stand by. Raise up a standard in battle for every fellow tribe. Our warriors are fighting, there's a revival igniting. Search for such a time. Yeah, arise, you blazing fire. Brave and stand firm and listen to your destiny. The rhythm of our Father moves with victory. Where warriors are fighting, there's a revival igniting. So my soul God and arise, blazing fire. Your heartbeat, I feel it. Yeah, I feel your heartbeat, I feel it. Give up your heartbeat. Yes, you are. Bring us together. Bring us together. We cry. Yes, you are. Bring us together. Bring us together. Together we cry. Yes, you are. Bring us together. Bring us together. We cry out, out your heartbeat, oh. Give up your heartbeat. Yes, you are. Bring us together. Bring us together. We cry. Yes, you are. Bring us together. Bring us together. Together we cry. Yes, you are. Bring us together. Bring us together. We cry out, out your heartbeat, oh. Your heartbeat.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. All right, I'm feeling the presence of our ancestors. And that is of love, because when we leave this planet, love hits the face, the body, the spirit, all that, and there's nothing but love oozing back at us. So thank you all for coming in tonight. And I came up with this topic tonight because my brother Tyrone Muhammad, he's an advocate in Chicago, Illinois for everything. He has a organization called Ex-Cons for Trump. And he started this, I guess, when he came out of prison after educating himself with thousands of books. And he decided, okay, I'm going to go back to my community and do something positive, do something productive. And that's what I see this brother doing in Chicago. Now, he was in Springfield, Illinois. That's the capital of Illinois, I believe. I could be wrong, but he was at the capital in Springfield listening to the debate, the conversation, talk about legalizing or business. I don't know exactly what was being spoken there, but I do know this. Tyrone Muhammad is advocating for melanin communities to have their own businesses selling CBD products to help people who are in pain, to help people who need PTSD relief, all kinds of uses for this plant that the politicians are battling over, whether they're going to give people the right to sell it. We already know we've been smoking the other part of the plant, the marijuana plant versus the hemp plant. We're going to learn a little bit more about that. If you're as confused as some people as what's the difference between marijuana, what's the difference in hemp and CBD and all that, I'm going to give you enough information so we break out that confusion. So here's the problem. We want to bring a solution. The problem is this has actually part of our biology. The system in the endocannabinoid system is your biology. So we have been guided to bring in the hemp plant, the CBD, the marijuana, all of that. We've been guided spiritually, really, to use this plant for relief, for medicine, and for so many other things. Hemp towels, hemp furniture, you name it. This plant is used for just about everything. And it was used even more in ancient times. But now all of a sudden it's political. We got to have laws. We have to have, and we got opiates floating around in the communities everywhere. People dying, and yet the hemp plant is a problem. We can't let people sell it. We can't let people buy it. Listen, let me tell you a little story about my history that I don't tell me, but I'm not ashamed of it. When I was in high school, back in the 70s, smoking marijuana was pretty common, okay? And I had a friend whose uncle kept a marijuana stash in his kitchen in a big jar, and she would go in and Okay, I'm breaking up real bad. Mama AZ said, I don't know why, because I'm on Facebook. Well, we're having problems with internet Wi-Fi today. So if somebody says I'm breaking up real bad, I'm not sure how to help you with that one. Okay, and somebody just said they like my video. So if you're on, maybe if you're on air everywhere, you might not be hearing me as well because I had to take that off my computer. It was an echo going on. You might have to go to YouTube to hear better, or Facebook Live to hear better. On air everywhere, I was having issues with that. It was an echo and vibration. So anyway, when I was in high school, my friend had an uncle who kept marijuana in a jar in his house. And she would go in that house and take out enough for us to put in nickel bags and sell out of our high school lockers. I just, when I think about how bold and stupid we were, really bold and stupid. On YouTube, you're freezing up. You know what? It's just one of those days, I guess, because I'm on YouTube and I'm freezing up. The sound is echoing. I'm just going to keep going and pray for discernment and clarity and healing and all that. So I was selling marijuana out of my high school locker back in the 70s with my girlfriends. We had a little club going. I mean, so getting high on the weekend, selling nickel bags, you know, they were little manila envelopes, selling those out of my locker. My life was full in my teen years of illegal behavior, you would say, radical behavior, crazy behavior. And now, some 40 years later, 50 years later, wherever we are. Yeah, I was back then I was around 15, 16. So yeah, 50 years later, we got political activity around this plant galore. So what is really going on? So let me play my first video. Hopefully things will clear up. And my Wi-Fi, my Wi-Fi is on. So just sending out lots of good energy. And hopefully you can hear and see clearly. But I want to play this first video that really gives us kind of an idea of how far we've come with this plant, this beautiful plant that has so much political confusion, just you name it. There's just all kinds of challenges around. Let's see, somebody's trying to call me now. Can't talk right now. Challenges around this plant. How did it become? Let me start here. What is CBD oil? How did it become $1 billion industry? Just to kind of give you an introduction into the political aspect of this challenge. What is the deal? Why is it so political? Why is it's all about money, really, when you think about it? CBD alone became $1 billion industry. How did that happen? Well, I'm going to show you. I don't own the rights to this. Let me change my banner here. I don't own the rights to the video. It's for educational purposes only. It's fair use. It's on public domain. So let's get the how it's really going on politically, and we're going to get into the spiritual aspect of it. That's just as important as everything else. Okay. How did it become $1 billion industry? Here we go.
The weed trucks and imagery all over New York these days, you might think to yourself, hey, is marijuana legal now? Not quite. What these companies are selling is actually something called CBD. It's found in everything from lollipops to lattes, and business is booming. CBD products are part of what is estimated to be a roughly $1 billion industry in the United States, and it's perfectly legal. So what does CBD have that marijuana doesn't?
Fact of the matter is we're kind of in the midst of the CBD craze right now.
Martin Lee is the director of Project CBD, an educational platform that focuses on cannabis science and therapeutics.
CBD stands for cannabidiol. That's a component of the cannabis plant that has significant therapeutic properties, but it's not intoxicating. It doesn't get you high like a tea.
As it happened, not all cannabis plants are created equal. Take a look at these two varieties. One is marijuana, the other is hemp. One gets you high, the other doesn't. The key difference is what's on the inside.
THC and CBD are the main components of the cannabis plant.
THC is what makes you feel high, and marijuana plants are loaded with it.
I don't know, but I can't eat you.
Hemp, on the other hand, has hardly any THC at all, but what it lacks in THC makes for with higher amounts of CBD. Now, CBD won't get you high, but it does have a redeeming quality. It's legal. And at least according to the marketing, it has a relaxing effect. So since this stuff is all rage, let's see how it's made. So once you have a cannabis plant, one simple way to make extract can be done in your own kitchen.
As simple as using olive oil or butter and heating the trim from the plant, a little bit of the green material from the plant. Obviously, that's not very useful for a mass industrial production to be cooking up something in your kitchen with butter and cannabis.
The more common way involves a specialized, complex machine.
One very widespread way is using what's called supercritical CO2 extraction. It's ground up to have the texture initially of like a coffee ground. And it's poured into literally of a supercritical CO2 machine. It will stay in that machine for up to 24 hours under temperatures at different parts of the extraction process. And ultimately, you'll end up with a thick golden oil, very waxy in texture.
You can also extract it in ethanol and hydrocarbons. You can find this oil in a number of different products these days.
It can be administered in various different forms, but it might be ingested, it might be applied quickly.
You even have CBD oil products. I stopped by a cafe in New York that sells all sorts of CBD-infused products. I tried a CBD matcha latte and a CBD macaron. These snacks tasted great, and I felt a little more relaxed after. It was hard to tell if the CBD was actually doing anything for me, or if it was all in my head. Scientists are actually still trying to figure out exactly how CBD affects the body.
So there really is a scientific basis for understanding why CBD can work, but we're still really a long way of mastering the hows.
Still, CBD may have more benefits than just a relaxing afternoon. Some initial studies have shown that CBD can help with a number of different medical conditions. In fact, in June 2018, the FDA approved the first used to treat epilepsy. So who knows? Perhaps we'll be seeing CBD in more places than just cannabis decorated vans in the future.
All right. So as you can see, CBD is expanding. I remember I worked in a health food store back from 1990 to 2004-ish when my sister came to live with me, and then I had to leave the business. There was no CBD in the stores in the 90s, CBD, nana. And as I said, I was selling in nickel bags of weed in high school. So when I look at the process and the expansion and the growth and the movement of this beautiful plant, I'm impressed. I'm just impressed that we as creators have developed this plant to be used in a very positive way. On the other hand, we've got the big pharma company, the Rockefellers and the wealthy billionaires, Karzarian mafia type, blah, 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 who are developing chemicals and plastic petroleum drugs to really weaken the body. Now, especially when we come to melanin people, those who have the darker skin, there's a lot to be said about the development of products. There's a lot to be said about the development of products that are helping humanity or harming humanity. And if you don't know the difference, then just look at the side effects of whatever you're putting in your mouth. Look at the side effects of it. And for sure, we know that big pharma making lots of money, and the product they're putting out has lots of side effects, mostly negative. Okay, some of them can be very helpful, and in the short term. But if you keep taking these petroleum-based non-plant medicines, it's going to bring harm. On the other hand, we're looking at the benefits of hemp, the benefits of CBD, the benefits of weed. Even all those years back in high school, we were getting high, enjoying some great music. I mean, you when you listen to something like Earth, Wind, and Fire when you're high, you're on another plane, you're in another dimension. And you get to experience those things in this journey for a reason. The Creator allows us to have these amazing euphoric experiences so that we come to know the Creator better, which is nature. Nature is our Creator's way of communicating to us in many, many, many ways. Birds, bees, all that is about getting to know our Creator. So what's with the THC and the weed? So let's look into that a little bit before we get into the spirituality of all of this. I want to look at just the third dimensional aspect of it, and that so many people are confused about. And hopefully, my friend Tyrone Muhammad is at the front line battling so many things, politics, protecting what I believe he's trying to protect the community in Chicago, number one. But what I saw him doing in Springfield was an effort and a move to protect the country, if not the global family, who believe in using this plant for the value, for the benefits that it was intended to bring. So that's why I'm spending the first few minutes of the show just bringing information. This is not, I don't know rights to these videos. It's you learn something from what, that's what we're doing. We're learning something new. If you don't already know, it's able to take away your son. And our Wi-Fi is going weird, but it's a battle to take away your value as a human soul journey to experience plants, to experience feelings. And the way that I've been rolling lately with emotional intelligence, I'm realizing more and more, if your emotions are all over the place, you're going to have disease. And if you can stay calm, like marijuana kept us for all those years in high school, we were just having a great time being high. You know, you don't have the anger and the bitterness. And I rarely saw anybody high on pot with anger and bitterness and all that. We were just cool. We were mellow. I don't do that now. I don't need it. I'm high on life. I go to the beach and have orgasms. So what do you need with marijuana and all that? I'm on a whole different level. I want us as a family of humans, as a family of melanin people even, to understand why the political action is heating up and what we need to protect our choices and our freedom about, why we need to protect our freedom with this plant. It's a divine given plant. We should not allow the political groups, the government, to take away the sovereignty that we've been given about this plant. So let's just keep educating ourselves and stand your ground whatever community you're in. Let's just stand your ground and not let those rights be taken away. So I want to play another educational video for you so that you understand what's THC doing in here. What is it with THC that we need to know? Because that is where a lot of people who are in pain benefits. And this, from a plant, the Creator in us is helping people develop plants for our comfort, for our medicinal use, therapeutic the therapeutic element, and I want us to be aware that it we have a right around again. So my video that weird tonight. So I'm gonna just keep going, sending those to video. Okay, here we go. Okay,
Good evening.
We're back.
Naima.
We're back. This is Naima.
Yes.
Go ahead. We're back.
Yes. I think I did hear someone else on, but I didn't hear the name. Okay. We're back. Okay, I got a computer. Okay, yes.
We're back.
Yeah, very informative information. I think a lot of people got excited when they heard that cannabis was going to be a possible business opportunity, but they didn't look at all the other things involved.
Yes.
And, definitely, I mean, there's people that have been doing time for selling marijuana. So,
which is crazy.
Even with the realization this is a plant and it has some medicinal qualities and could be used as a healing mechanism, there's still the intention to control it and only make the sale of it available to certain people. And so people can't be careless about how they get involved with it. And they need to still know the side effects and all of that. And they do still need to know the law as far as you can't just carry it everywhere and use it everywhere just because some people are legally selling it.
Now, Naima, let me ask you, what's been your experience with using marijuana? Did you have, in your youth, did you have those times of being high on it? Come on, confess up.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I was a square girl that never did anything. I truly was. I didn't drink, didn't smoke, didn't, no sex, all the whole 9 yards. The square girl that, had the glasses on and, read books and that was me.
Okay.
I didn't become more free spirited until I went to college. But even then, the first thing I would do was dance all night at parties. I still was never a get high drinking person because I always want to be in my right mind because, you make bad decisions when you're not. So I've never had an experience with marijuana, but I did have a number of friends who did. And a lot of the friends, and they were, they were logical about it. Like, well, I'd rather smoke marijuana because, it just kind of cools you out. You're just real mellow. Whereas alcohol will get you riled up and then that's when you act ignorant. So they felt that marijuana was the cool person's high. and alcohol was the ignorant person's high. So, among my college friends, that was their drug of choice. And then the non-college people out in the community were the ones that would probably get drunk. And they got high too, but, they would more than likely indulge in alcohol. So that was the impression that the people who wanted to maintain some level of self-control would use marijuana as opposed to getting drunk. They'd rather get high on the weed. And but I also, because I went to school in Nebraska, and they had a very flourishing prison business.
Oh.
So a lot of people ended up in prison
Wow.
on drug-related charges.
Wow.
Because that was, another between football and prison. That's how the state of Nebraska made its money. I mean, it's just what it is. That's what I saw.
Well, and it's interesting you mentioned prison, because that Tyrone talked a lot about the condition of the streets as prison or graveyard. And so that's why he's big on promoting CBD business or any type of business that gets the youth out of the streets and doing something legal, which CBD is so legal. I mean, it's everywhere now. And why shouldn't some of our urban communities especially be setting up CBD retail establishments instead of out there doing crimes with guns and other illegal things? So that's why I'm in full support of someone who is pushing and protesting the political power against this CBD business versus alcohol. I mean, when you grow up with an alcoholic parent and you see the destruction of not only the individual, but the family, I have relatives in my life who've been smoking pot for almost 70 years, and they are just doing fine. They're not taking any drugs, legal or illegal. And they still do their little smoking and every day, or I don't know how often they're at a distance, but I know that they're still smoking pot after all these years. And I wonder why. Well, some people have had so much trauma in their life that they haven't dealt with, but they have dealt with it by smoking pot. And at 70 years old or more, some of these people older than 70, they've been smoking it probably for 60 years.
Oh, yeah.
I'd rather see them smoking the pot to deal with their trauma, being mellow most of the time, and not be harmed by it. No side effects. They don't take any drugs, as I said. Something to think about. Alcohol is legal. We encourage people to have a drink all the time, and yet the marijuana and CBD they're trying to control that. How about you start controlling this alcohol business? Because that, to me, is more damaging than any of what we're talking about tonight.
Yeah. Well, what I look at, there's really no incentive for the government to do anything other than the potential for a profit. Because the fact that the underground liquor economy flourished so much, even during Prohibition, they looked at the dollars and they said, okay, we need to be making money off of this. And so then alcohol became legal, but you got to have a government seal on the bottle. I think Malcolm X talked about that. Okay, yeah, you have alcohol sales, and it is totally approved of by the government because now it's a taxable commodity. So
Right.
They're making money off of the same alcohol abuse issue that existed. People are still driving drunk. They're still killing people. They're still acting ignorant when they get drunk and everything else. Cirrhosis of the liver. All the problems are still there, but now the government makes money. Same thing with the running numbers and all that. Well, now we have the lottery because it made money. So after, various people get racketeering or whatever else they call it, oh, now we have the legal lottery. We got the gambling votes because it's making money. So there's never a moral or ethical reason why these things become legal. Always they look at the bottom line. There was so much money flowing through the streets with the so-called illegal sale of marijuana. Well, of course they made it legal. Now, years ago, the idea of being legal was outrageous. Now, they just look at the monetary value and decided, okay, we need to control this. But we're not going to let the people who went to jail for selling it actually now have a legitimate business. We're going to give it to those who position themselves as professionals, and they're going to pay taxes on it and all of that. And then they invest a certain amount of money to get a dispenser and all of that. That's how we'll do it, so we keep control over it. So it's the same thing over and over again, but all of the issues that arise from long-term marijuana use are still there.
Yeah.
You know, there is a demotivation that happens, you know, a lot of, and then of course you're smoking, you know, smoke is going to affect your lungs. So, you know, now people use CBD oil and they're ingesting it differently. That might get around some of the hazards of smoking. But the smell of it when it's smoked, it's like a skunk. And I mean, I've been in places where they have skunks that spray people and you smell that. And now the smell of marijuana smoke is the same skunky smell. It's so offensive. I can't imagine how people can even enjoy that.
Well,
but
I don't know.
I'm smelling more of it now because of the legality
right.
of marijuana.
And I want to say this: people need to be very, very careful where they get their marijuana from these days, because some of the people selling it are not moral characters and are not looking out for your best interest. So please, please, please be careful of any type of marijuana that you're purchasing to get high on. They're lacing it with other chemicals and so forth. So that's why I'm bringing this information.
Long-term damage.
So I hope that
I know of a person just wanted to get high, and they bought marijuana from, you know, a shady person, and freaked out on some other, I don't know, laced with PCP, something that just sent them over the edge, and it ain't been back since. So I mean, it's all of those kind of hazards.
So be careful, please. But at the same time, I want all of us to have conversations with friends and public officials about the difference between alcohol and the hemp plant. So Naima, if you don't have any callers, I want to play this next video about THC.
Have you heard?
Yeah, who is this?
Oh, yeah, somebody's on.
Brother Eddie, go ahead, please.
Hello, my sisters.
Hi, how are you?
Beautiful. I'm doing great. Beautiful class tonight. I had to chime in because, again, as Sister Natina was saying, a drug of choice from back in the day, as you were saying back in high school, that's when I started back in 1974.
Yeah, sounds familiar.
And I was just thinking of it. It's been 51 years.
Wow.
And I'm still at it, family.
Okay.
I'm still at it. Yeah. I'm not, and public service announcement, I'm not pushing and endorsing it for anybody. I'm basically talking about me. Because, again, just like they're now legalizing it in certain states, and make sure you know what state you're in if you smoke.
Yeah.
But they're pushing it for taxes and to get revenue. And my public service announcement is this. As you mentioned, be careful who you get anything that you get mind-altering substance. But for me, and for the last 4 years, I grow it myself, family. I grow my own weed.
Wow, that's
and
great.
The public service announcement is any weed that you get, family, that does not have seeds, please be leery. If you remember back in the day and you sold your nickel bags, your dime bags, or whatever you sold, we got a double album cover, or we got the top of a shoebox lid, and we would clean it because it had so many seeds.
Right. That's right.
Weed that you get has no seeds.
Oh,
watch that.
That is
the
crazy.
Same thing talking about when you eat fruit. When you eat seedless watermelons, grapes, oranges, and so forth. Weeds are supposed to have seeds. If it
Yeah.
doesn't, that means it's artificial.
Right.
It's man-made.
Thank
it's
you.
manufactured.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful. Just like the sister said, she don't know if something was laced with some weed that one of her friends got back in the day, and from that point on, it was out of their mind. But again, when they tell you and they reconstruct words that now we're selling it for medical and recreational use, whoa, be careful. See, because you never want to do something for recreation on somebody else's term. Recreation, split the word up. Recreation means to recreate. Recreation. That's why it's called getting high. You're not getting lethargic and lackadaisical and want to sleep. You're high to get to another level of thought. You're getting with the most high, the universe, the cosmic realm of thinking. See, because this came back from the ancients. You can go back to Africa, where they smoked. You can go back to the Americans called Indians. They called it a peace pipe. It was only when they basically took in what's called fire water or alcohol that changed their spirits that they went crazy. But when they smoked the peace pipe, that's why it was called peace, because that's what it brought about. Even the Asians, monks, and hash and weed, all spiritual purpose to recreate oneself, not the recreation that they pushing with what they're lining these marijuana plants that they're selling at these dispensaries. We have to be careful. Anytime the government starts to back something, that's when you got to watch out. So I just wanted that public announcement for people to smoke seeds. That means it's not coming from nature. It's coming from somebody else. Peace and love, family.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that information, because we want everyone to be smart. I was, again, if I had a choice, weed, I wouldn't do the alcohol at all. I've seen too much damage. And as Eddie pointed out, you can grow your own, maybe, depending on what state you're in. I hope by now every state allows you to grow your own, but probably not. But just be aware of the laws in your state. But if you need it, try it, do it. But alcohol is damaging in every way, in my opinion. There's just, unless you're drinking maybe a glass of wine every now and then, wine is considered to, but alcohol is alcohol. It's a spirit, as he mentioned. And I wanted to put in the role of weed in spirituality, because unless we have, are there any callers on everyone that would like to comment before I go to this next video? Okay.
I texted you the numbers.
Yes,
so
yes, I see. Speak up or now or forever hold your peace. Okay, so we're gonna, maybe you'll have a comment after this video. The role, this is the important part for me. Why has the Creator given us this opportunity to choose hemp and cannabis? And we're going to see in a minute about the cannabinoids that are in our body that have receptors for this plant. But here is the role. It's just, I'm not going to play the whole thing. The role of weed and spirituality. I thought this was kind of interesting, just to kind of enlighten us about the hidden higher purpose of this plant.
So powerful that it was. There's a plant so ancient, so powerful that it was revered by shamans, mystics, and spiritual masters across the ages. A plant that connects the physical to the metaphysical, unlocking hidden dimensions of consciousness. Cannabis. A plant medicine that holds the key to unlocking higher realms of self-discovery. It is more than a plant, it is a mirror reflecting humanity's quest for transcendence, pleasure, and healing. Cannabis has found symbolic representation in numerous sacred traditions and texts, often veiled in allegory or intertwined with ritualistic practices. In the Atharva Veda of ancient India, cannabis is referred to as one of the 5 sacred plants and described as a protector against evil and a source of joy. The plant is called Vijaya, meaning victory, symbolizing triumph over suffering and a gateway to divine experiences. In certain interpretations of the Tantras, cannabis is linked to Shiva, the meditative ascetic deity in Hinduism. The use of bhang, a preparation of cannabis, during Shiva festivals symbolizes the dissolution of the ego and communion with the divine. Cannabis is viewed not as a mere intoxicant, but as a sacred medium to transcend earthly attachments. In shamanic traditions, particularly in Central Asia and Siberia, cannabis is thought to represent the cosmic axis connecting the underworld, the earthly realm, and the heavens. Its smoke, rising to the sky, is offering the bridge between material and spiritual planes. Cannabis is regarded as a liminal substance, bridge to traverse the boundary. Its psychoactive properties of the mind to enter altered states of consciousness, making the plant to non-ordinary realities. The physical realm is characterized by the limitations of the senses and ego, while the metaphysical realm embodies the unseen dimensions of existence, universal consciousness, energy flows, and the divine. Cannabis, when used with intention, dissolves mental barriers and tunes the practitioner to subtler frequency, akin to how a tuning fork brings harmony to discordant vibrations. This bridging effect is particularly emphasized in mystical practices where cannabis acts as a veil lifter. Its ability to quiet the analytical mind enables direct experiences of metaphysical truth that are often obscured by habitual thought patterns. However, this requires mindfulness. Without proper grounding, cannabis can overwhelm or distort these experiences. Ancient rituals often harnessed cannabis for its psycho or spiritual properties, emphasizing its role as a facilitator of sacred experiences. In Vedic traditions, soma, a mystical drink, is central to rituals described in the Rig Veda. While the exact composition of soma is unknown, some scholars speculate that cannabis was a key ingredient. Soma was revered for its capacity to connect humans with the divine and to bestow insight, vitality, and transcendence. The modern-day preparation of bhang traces its roots to these ancient practices.
So as you can see and hear, ancient practices. This plant is ancient. Its use is ancient. And its evolution into something political and monetary is natural in this greedy society, immoral society, wicked society. And it's our job as conscious human beings, as loving human beings, if you consider yourself to be that, to recognize the value in this plant and to recognize the greed that's trying to take over this plant. And it's up to us to maintain it in a way that is beneficial for our evolution. Now, one more thing I want to show you is that what is going on inside of the body when it comes to cannabis and the natural receptor points that we have inside of our bodies that just remind us that this plant is given divinely to help us on this earthly journey. It's up to us to discern and educate ourselves on how to use it, what best way to use it. But you can bet for sure, if you saw my show on Friday, there's so much going on in the sick care system with their pharmaceutical drugs that is designed to keep us sick and tired and weak. And this type, the cannabis and the benefits of it and products that come out of the hemp and marijuana plant are designed to strengthen in many ways and to help us, to comfort us for sure in many ways. And in many instances, to enhance our mental and spiritual awareness. So one more video before we go, and this is about what's called the endocannabinoid system within us that is attracted to, that actually needs this plant. So it's a short, very short video. I don't own the rights to it, but this is definitely an educational video for you to think about when it comes to protecting this plant.
Wondering what the brain's endocannabinoid system is and how it interacts with cannabis? Let's look at cannabinoids and the endocannabinoid system. Cannabinoids are compounds found in a cannabis plant. Two of these, tetrahydrocannabinol, THC, and cannabidiol, CBD, are psychoactive components of cannabis, meaning they alter the way the nervous system functions. THC is responsible for the high feeling some people get, while CBD is not intoxicating in this way. So how do cannabinoids interact with the brain? That's where the endocannabinoid system comes into play. This is a system in the human brain that helps regulate mood, memory, and stress. The main signaling molecules in the system are known as endocannabinoids, which bind to cannabinoid receptors called CB1 and 2. The two major molecules are anandamide, AEA, and 2-arachidonylglycerol, 2-AG. So what happens when cannabis is introduced to the body? First, cannabis can produce a range of sensations. For those who feel pleasure or feel good, this is due to the effects of cannabis on a region of the brain known as the nucleus accumbens. When THC binds to CB1 receptors, it leads to the release of a neurotransmitter called dopamine onto the nucleus accumbens. While the same thing happens when anandamide binds to CB1, the effects of THC are well above normal. This is what leads to the sensation of euphoria. CB1 receptors are also found in the basal ganglia and cerebellum, regions of the brain that are involved in controlling movement. So this can slow you down and affect your activity level and motor control. Some people also experience a change in perception, such as visual distortions or an altered sense of reality. There are many reasons we might use cannabis, and the way we use may change over time. We might use to feel better, connect with others, or reduce feelings of worry or anxiety. It's thought that when someone uses cannabis products frequently, the body and brain will reduce their own production of endocannabinoids. This means heavy and frequent use of cannabis can change our nervous system, and over time we feel more anxious or depressed. Cannabis use can also increase the risk of psychosis. The elevation in dopamine firing that comes with heavy cannabis use is implicated in psychosis. To recap, the endocannabinoid system functions using endocannabinoid messengers. The cannabinoids can influence the system. These messengers control many aspects of brain function, including euphoria, movement, and perception. While many people can use cannabis and experience no major harms, some may develop significant health issues following chronic use. For a better understanding of the risks and benefits of cannabis use, see the low.
So, as it says, each individual will have a different experience using the cannabis or the hemp plant. And as I know so many people who benefit from this plant. And as it said, you have receptors in your body, but I believe your nervous system, the quality, the state of your nervous system, which includes traumas and trapped emotions from childhood. Depending on the state of your nervous system, this plant can be either a great benefit, or as he said, it can put some people in more anxiety and unbalanced personalities. So I'm of the opinion that if you are having anxiety or chronic situations in your life, CBD, cannabinoid products are a better, safer option than alcohol or pharmaceutical drugs. That's just my opinion. I'm not a doctor. And these videos are meant to educate you, to explore, to investigate. And as we had a testimony tonight on our brother, he's been using this beautiful plant for some time, and it has not affected him in
Mama Bonfire.
It has not affected him in a negative way. Mama Bonfire, what do you have to say about, are you getting high tonight or what?
No, ma'am. I'm here, and the gentleman is signing me a thank you card. Oh, I like that. Thank you card for the young lady at the UPS store
she is helping me to do my autobiography and my Black Indian history.
That's nice.
So, but anyway, what I'm saying, I'm in Walgreens. What I'm saying is, Dr. V, you never cease to amaze me. Let me stick to the point. I'm just so excited. You found one?
Yes, you like that one?
Yes. You picked yes. And it's like you're in my freaking head, Dr. V. And I'm like, what? Yeah, I'm going to be talking about this because my sister, I call her little sister, Indy B, she gave me a gift, and I'm serious. Dr. V, I don't know what I would do if it wasn't for that gift that little sister, Indy B, gave me, because I couldn't manage. The pain is so freaking great because I have, thank you, sir, thank you. I have 4-inch leg, and these creatures on this planet here in Sierra Vista, Arizona, don't really have a clue. I'm in Buffalo country. What do you call it? Cochise County, and they're freaking idiots. Okay, they want to give you drugs to, especially if you're elder. I'm 72, and they don't want to hear you. They don't want to listen. Damn it! I mean, excuse me. They don't give a darn about, especially elders, and they want to pump you up. But the little sister gave me some hemp, and oh my God, and it's off the chain. And I'm telling you, I got bags under my eyes that you could see from Chicago, and I don't sleep. But no joke, I don't. It's hard for me to sleep or rest because it's in so much pain, and especially if you are melanated and you go to someone who's Caucasian, especially people who look like me and you, they can be a pain in you know what as well because of their uneducatedness, you see. And so you can't explain to...
Uh-oh, my Macy went out.
Bodies are different. We don't walk like a Caucasian person, okay? So I'm just grateful for whatever relief that I can get. And I'm going to snapshot a picture of this little CBD thingy that I got. I've never had anything like this before. And I mean, oh, it is the best. And I can't get any more because it came from California. And the little sister that gave it to me, she got it from somebody else, but it helped me to get through the powwow. It helped me to sleep in a tent for 11 days. And I got through that. It was the best thing with the Yaqui tribe. Oh my God. Anyway, Dr. V, I love you. You are no joke, okay? And we got to do something about it to get the word out, because people are dying from pain. And I believe that if I had not been a Silver and an Ultra graduate, Jose Silva, the Silva method, I joined in 79, and it has helped me to meditate, to remote view, to go to level, and all of those. But I can't do it anymore, Dr. V. The pain is so great. And then, you know, if you are a smoker of cigarettes, if I'm around you on any level, it knocks me down for 2 days. That's how the cigarettes affect me. And I'm at wit's end. Thank you for listening. We got to do something about this. I got to have a reason with Brother Kwame about how do you tell somebody who smoke cigarettes, that all they need to do is get a healing. That the cigarette smokers say, you ask God to heal you so you can tolerate the goddamn ammonia that goes in your lungs from the goddamn nicotine. We gotta heal. We gotta find a way, Dr. V, to get help for the medicine elders, especially when I say medicine elders, I'm talking about the Brother Kwame's. I'm talking about the Brother Harris's. I'm talking about the Minister Williams. I'm talking about many people that are medicine elders who are still here, like one of my mentors, and I'm talking about Floyd Red Crow Westerman, who was Chuck Norris's uncle on Ranger Walker. He was the one that counseled and guided me to open up Camp Arizona. And I talk about it on my film. But you know, people, we can't live, at least I can't. When I have to breathe in the goddamn the cigarette smoke and to put me down for 2 days, that's how bad it affects me. And I shouldn't have to pray to the Creator to help my lungs to deal with that crap.
Well,
all my life.
I really do hope and pray, Mama AZ, that you will be able to move to a more peaceful location, because that my partner and I were talking about this on the way back to my house, and we were saying how this area is becoming so congested, traffic is becoming so congested, and he was saying he would love to just move away from the beach area. Even the beach area is so congested, and like you said, cigarette smoke everywhere. So I can only pray and hope that you and all those who are frustrated about their environment will indeed find a more peaceful, clean environment to live in. And I think it'll happen for you. So don't lose faith, don't lose heart, and keep up the good work of finding the right CBD products and the right plant products that will give you relief from the pain. You're so right. So many people are in pain, Mom Maisie, dying of from opiate overdose because they're in pain. And that's why I say I don't blame anybody who commits suicide. No judgment whatsoever for people who commit suicide. This is a hard journey to be on. This is a rough boot camp, as you always say. So we have to help one another, support one another as much as we can.
Dr. V, I'd like to add, my counselor said to me, she says, I know you're frustrated, Paris. I know you are. Why don't you just move? Okay? If you had the money to help me. And then she says, maybe it'll calm you down if you get talk to the psychiatrist to get some opiates. I said, do you know I told those creatures that they are illegal drug pushers. I don't need this. I already take tramadol for pain, and I'm doing my best to wean myself away from that. And I said, I don't take anything else but Synthroid and that. And I said, and you want to give me a cabinet full of crap to calm me down? Oh, no. It ain't happening here to this elder. And I'm asking more and more children to call their parents, no matter what they did, and say, thank you for allowing me to be on this side of the dirt, to come to the planet, to do what I came to this boot camp planet to do. So, Dr. V, stay in my head, because you're a trip, and I love her. And thank us.
Yes.
Thank us. Okay?
Yes, and my book will be a bestseller, and then when I make millions of dollars, we'll find a location for you, Mom Maisie, to be at peace and have a clean environment.
Coming.
It's coming.
Dr. V, it is coming, so don't even be tripping about it. It's all in divine order.
That's right.
We have to learn to breathe and take care of me the best way that I have been taught by Silver Method, you, Brother Kwame, Brother Harris, and and Minister Williams. Oh my God, I miss you. I miss you, Minister. I miss you. Peace. Oh.
Okay, and Mama AZ, the Higher Learning Network, that's Zelda, our Monday morning mindfulness host, says, oh my God, tramadol. She knows that drug, I guess. Tramadol. Mama AZ, CBD oil will serve you better. It's not addictive like prescription drugs. Keep up the good work, Mama AZ. That's from our sister Zelda. So you indeed are getting into CBD products, right, Mama AZ? Well, at least you're trying them. She's trying them.
I need to have a reasoning with Sister Zelda,
okay.
So we can reason about it. Anyway,
yeah. So Zelda is one of those people in the business of helping people relieve their pain. She has a testimony about pain relief herself using CBD products. So tune in tomorrow morning, Monday morning mindfulness. You can ask Zelda any questions you want about CBD. She's becoming an expert in this area. So if we don't have any more questions or comments on air everywhere.
Can I be heard right quick?
Yes, Brother Eddie, go ahead.
Yes, just wanted to add in that we talking about marijuana. Have we ever heard of anyone ODing off of weed, off of marijuana? I don't think so. But as you said, opioids, we have heard so many people overdosing, ODing off of opioids, prescription drugs. And taking it back to your school days, the music that brings us our memories. We had two groups. And you reminded me when you said a particular group.
Yes.
Two groups. One particular group represented Martin Luther King, and the other group represented Malcolm X.
Oh, really?
The group that represented, yes. I don't know if you remember, but back then in the day in the 70s, the group that represented Martin Luther King was Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, yes.
The group that represented Malcolm X was Parliament Funkadelic.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's why Malcolm was radical. Parliament was radical. Earth, Wind, and Fire was more down to earth and to nature as Martin Luther King was. But most people don't know that if they heard of Dr. Delbert Blair, Maurice White was one of his students.
Oh, my.
This is why he was singing in the metaphysical when they were talking. Yes. And all of their music that they were giving to us. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that with the family.
You know, and I would add Carlos Santana to that because, oh, boy, he took us to a whole nother level. If you ever went to a live Carlos Santana concert, you know, you were like flying the whole time and you had your joint and all that. It was like it was just an out of this world experience when Carlos Santana was on the stage. And Earth, Wind, and Fire, of course, number one probably in taking you out of your physical body and into a mental space of euphoria. That music is still, I got them on my iTunes because sometimes I just like to go back and September, any of those songs. Yeah, thank you, Brother Eddie, bringing back all the memories of music. How music and marijuana were like partners for us to go to another experience, basically. And when I think for me, when you've had that experience, opiates don't even have the effect that people that we need them to have as far as taking away the pain, because I don't think we weren't in pain. We were just anxiety and stress and so many other things that we were trying to calm down in our lives and just have a new experience. It's all about this journey on earth is all about experiencing it fully without going to the grave and without turning your body into hell and pain and sickness and disease. So kudos to all those who are still smoking the joints and still alive and doing well and in your sane mind, because you can still do that and be conscious and have a sane mind. And then for all of us who don't need it, we want to support you in whatever way we can. Whoever's in a lot of pain, we want to support you in this journey because we love you. Because we love you. And we want our brothers and sisters to have a joyful, peaceful experience while they're here. And so I hope this has been helpful for all of you to do your homework and protect the hemp plant. That, I think, my main bottom line is protect that hemp plant. Do not let your local legislators take this hemp plant to the level of greed and monetization and eliminating opportunities for people to have a business with this plant. It's designed, I think, to help all of us learn more about it, help others use it if they can, how they can. And that's what Zelda does with her business, is help people use this plant in a way that relieves the pain and it's beneficial to you monetarily, if that's what you want, so that we can get off all these wicked pharmaceutical drugs that are killing people and causing worse situations in the body. So I hope this has been helpful for all of you. And we're going to say, I want to remind you again of the females, a little reminder about the female solution. We are advancing, evolving, and changing. And this is just some of what we'll be doing. And then we're going to say goodbye to our global.
The Female Solution Global Radio TV Show invites you to an invigorating, empowering, interactive conversation with our team of hosts Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Time. Start your week with Monday Morning Mindfulness with Zelda Speaks. Tuesdays, Gathering of the Griots with Asada. Wednesdays, Repairing Family Relationships with Naima and co-host Kareem Hamid. Thursdays, Veggie Brunch Live with Angela. Fridays, Health and Well-Being with Beata. Saturdays, tune in 12 noon to 2 p.m. Central Time. First Saturday, Global Talks with Zana. Second Saturday, Walk in Your Divine Authority with Mama Joy. Third Saturday, Move Around with Deborah. Fourth Saturday, be a judge on the virtual Teens, Tweens, and Tots Talent Contest. And fifth Saturday, join us on location as we conversate at the Elevate Cafe, owner Jackie Brooks. Sundays, join us 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time for Soul Purpose Healing with Beata. Go to thefemalesolution.com to join us on our video or audio live streaming platforms. Listen at www.
So that's just a sample of who we are, where we're going, and what we're doing. And I want to encourage you to join us on Higher Learning Network again tomorrow for more truth, love, and inspirational talk. And so we want to say goodbye to our global family, because we are, no matter where we are, YouTube, on air everywhere, and Blog Talk's fading, but we're a global family. And I just love being able to connect to people all over the world. It really does open up your perspective on life and journey, especially in Estados Unidos in the United States, where we have a really corrupt government right now, bombing people, killing people with the drugs and all that. And so love. This is all about this Female Solution closing is about the love that I have for all my global, international family and friends. So again, dedicated to you all over the world, just sending you lots of love right now.
We've come to the end of our show today. If you missed any broadcasts, go to our website for the audio and video archives at www.thefemalesolution.com. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to thank all of you who participated in today's discussions. And to our global family joining us from all around the world, we say thank you. To our family in China, xie xie. India, Dhanyavad. Japan, arigato. Korea, kamsamnida. Russia, spasiba. Germany, danke. Poland, dziękuję. France, merci. Spain, gracias. Italy, grazie. Egypt, shukran. Ghana, madasi. Nigeria, eshe. South Africa, Ngiyabonga. Senegal, Jaref. Kenya, Asante. Israel, Toda. Pakistan, Shukriya. Afghanistan, Tashakur. Saudi Arabia and Palestine, Shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you, and may peace be upon you and the mercy of God and God's blessings.
And to all my yogi friends out there, sadnam, shalom, namaste, love you. And of course, aloha to all my friends and family in Hawaii, my favorite vacation spot in the world. And stand strong in Lahaina, Maui. You got this. We'll overcome all the greed and evil and get high with a joint, but just enjoy life, and protect the hemp plant. Or whatever you do. It's time for me to get a t-shirt, I think, that says protect the hemp plant. All right. Love you. Shalom.